This does start at 10 a.m. Eastern. Um, YouTube. I think I'm doing pretty good here. I'm getting used to Wirecast. Wirecast is actually a really awesome. Now that I'm getting used to it, um, it's kind of really. There's a lot of things I can do with this um, that I haven't done yet. Like I can add documents, and I know I've talked about this about how I wanted to show you guys things like charts. Um, let's see, live streaming. I'm still not sure if this is working. It is 10 a.m. So, and my stream says offline. Oh wait, yeah, there's 3 of you watching. Good, here it is. Hi, welcome to Daily Justine Live. Basically, I talk about whatever I want here. I talk about whatever I want, and usually the news. I like to talk about the news in the morning. And I know I've got like this going on today, but I'm paying homage to my grandmother, God rest her soul. The last time I saw her, a few years ago, she said to me, Justine, because I was just talking to her about how I felt like confused, I wasn't sure what to do with me. And she said, Justine, you've got to use your assets. And I wasn't sure what she meant by that. My grandmother actually always kind of intimidated me, so I didn't ask her to elaborate. But I internalized it, and you know what? Assets. For sure. Assets for sure. I wonder if I can output. I had like the. Here it is, control room. Look at me. Getting this going. Primary stream. Um, it's recommending I change my bit rate. Uh, I'm not. Yeah, that's okay. I don't know how to do that. So let's get right into. There's a lot to talk about today. So I wanted to start off with basically. I meant to make a tinfoil hat for this show today. I meant to make a tinfoil hat, but my sister is sick. She was downstairs sleeping, so I'm not literally going to make a tinfoil hat. But I came across something very disturbing yesterday about the. It's a conspiracy right now about the Hoboken train crash that happened yesterday. And actually, yesterday you guys were asking me about it, but I didn't talk about it because I didn't know too much about it. I didn't even know what happened. All I knew was that I was infuriated at first to hear about it. What is this? I was infuriated to hear about it at first because really we just had here in New Jersey, we just had our fare increase for our New Jersey transit fares went up about 10% across the board. So, and there's a fare hike every couple years. The last time I think was about 5 years ago, and it's just infuriating because why did it go up 10%? Is it because ridership went up 10%? No. Do we earn 10% more? No. Did GDP go up 10% and I missed it? No. It just went up 10% because of inefficiencies. So I was annoyed about that. Like, what the fare go up for? And I was a daily rider of New Jersey Transit for about 10 years because I took the bus to work to my job. And you know what? Over those 10 years, I've only seen it get worse. I've only seen the buses breaking down increase. I've seen I've complained on Twitter about this, but I had an issue with. See, the buses were accessible. Like they were supposed to allow people in wheelchairs on the buses, but it never worked. It would always break down whenever they tried letting someone on the bus in a wheelchair. And the reason why they did that, I'm sure, was some kind of legal baloney. Like if New Jersey Transit doesn't want to not accept wheelchair customers because they would get sued. So they would say, "Oh yeah, we can accept a wheelchair," but it would break down the bus. And because of the law, if they couldn't let, or if the bus didn't work because the wheelchair person couldn't get on, then the bus wasn't allowed to leave. So we would all be late. And New Jersey Transit is just the epitome of government waste, is what I'm getting at. That we saw our fares go up, and taking the train into New York was a fortune to begin with. I basically stopped going to New York because of the cost of traveling there. So it's kind of anyway, so I saw the fare go up. I saw the riding New Jersey Transit only get worse, and then I saw a train derail yesterday while it was entering Hoboken Station, which is like a major station. It's a path station. Basically, you would go to that station if you're trying to get to New York. So I saw that happen. Someone died the last I looked. Someone died. There was 100 something people got injured. And the last I checked, as of this morning, nobody knows what happened with it still. And here's the conspiracy. I'm finally getting to it. Last night, I tweeted angrily about this. I said something like, "Oh, it's their fare hike hard at work," something like that, and I hashtag Hoboken crash. I clicked on the hashtag to see if there were any updates. I wanted to know if they knew what caused it yet, or anything about it. So I clicked on the hashtag, and I happened to see a YouTube video that was someone recorded an emergency, what's it called, an EAS, you know, when the emergency alert comes on. Someone recorded it with their phone because it was a very disturbing emergency alert, because it came from FEMA, and the alert said something like, I'll link it below. I'll link this video below because it was incredible. And there's a bunch of videos on like this on YouTube. People recording this with their phones. It was on television too, though I didn't see it, though I don't really watch TV. But there was an emergency alert, and it said a hazardous materials warning was issued for the United States. And then it quoted Green Eggs and Ham from Dr. Seuss, kind of. It said, it said, "Would you, could you, on a train?" That's what this said. I'm gonna link this below in case you don't believe me. If you don't believe me, I don't blame you. And then what's odd about that, besides everything, what's odd about that is a few hours later, there was that mysterious Hoboken train crash. And what's creepy about this emergency alert thing is it came from a news station out of Utica, New York, I believe, which is outside the city, which is outside New Jersey. It's, you know, it's in the area, I guess, but it's, you know, anyway, what's odd about it, besides everything, is this happened. This emergency alert came out, and hours later, this train derailment happened, which is odd to begin with. And they don't know what caused it. And they also don't know who put out that emergency alert system, because the news station that aired it said, "Nah, it wasn't us." FEMA says, "Nah, it wasn't us." So it was some kind of hack. And then, uh, and then a train derailed. And the train derailment was very disturbing. Did you see the images of Hoboken Station? It looked like a war zone. So I don't know what's of it. Look, it's just odd, okay? I'm not sitting here supposing anything. It was just odd. And I've talked about things on here that are just odd. And it's one of those things, it could be a mistake, it could be whatever, but it's like, if it's a mistake, then I don't know. Why wouldn't it was a hack? I don't know. We don't know. We don't know. And that's what happens when things get too complicated. It's gotten to a point where we don't even know and can't trace where emergency alerts are coming from. This is why people like me are pro limited government. It's because stuff like this, it gets complicated. So, speaking, let me see how my stream health is doing right now. Here we go. Open live chat in a new window. Good morning, Romney May. Give us the link. Maybe I can give you the link here. I'm gonna. Yes, the logo is back. I figured it out with Wirecast on my computer. So, it was very complicated figuring it. But you know what, Wirecast, now that I'm figuring it out, is very powerful, and I'm gonna be able to do very cool things with this app. So I'm glad I paid for it. I'm glad. I was so frustrated with it at first, but now I love it. And I'm doing it at 1080p again, so I hope this is okay. But yesterday's video looked so good. I wanted to do it 1080p again. Hi, Michelle. Good morning. Thank you for joining. Good morning. I look awesome. Yeah, I know. I really, you know what? It's time for upgrade, upgrade. Is that what we say? You know what I want? I want a blazer that actually fits because this is huge. I need something that is like slim fit. I don't know because this is not flattering. It looks lumpy. It makes me look lumpy, and you look lumpy to begin with when you're sitting down. Anyway, so 10:11 a.m. How about we talk about Deutsche Bank? That's what I wanted to talk about today, but then this Hoboken thing happened. I want to give you guys thank you, Romney Mitt. Yesterday's broadcast was important, so those of you watching this, I hope you watched yesterday's broadcast because yesterday I was talking about multiple sclerosis and living with a chronic disease with kind of invisible symptoms and I need to get a different chair that's not so loud. Where's your shirt from? This was my younger sister's. She left it here when she moved out. I took it because I didn't know what else to wear today. I wanted to wear something flattering. Love Culture, I think it's the tag. So it's a store called Love Culture. I don't know if it's nationwide. I don't know. It's for like teenager. It's like a Forever 21 basically. Though a lot of people don't even have Forever 21, which is so sad. Deutsche Bank is kind of like a thing right now because the news is saying, oh, is this another Lehman? Is it going to collapse? Is it going to collapse the global economy? Which is a risk. I'm not saying it's not a risk, but what I am going to say is that I don't think it's going to go down. Why? Because of how big it is. Because it's a national bank. Because by national, I mean it's public. It's owned by the people. It's not private like Bank of America. It's the largest investment bank in Europe. So I don't think it's going to go down. And especially the media wants to blame. Yes, it's faltering. Flattering. um, yeah, thank you. The shirt is very flattering. I want to wear flattering things like this more often because I'm not. Look, I'm just gonna go ahead and say it. It is indeed a man's world, and I'm just clicks and views. Clickbait, I think we call it. Anyway, so Deutsche Bank. I don't think it's going to go down because the German Chancellor, Angela Merkel, and Obama have gotten kind of tight. Actually, Jim Cramer was talking about this morning on CNBC, and this is about the second time I've said on the show, "Hey, I agree with Jim Cramer," which is kind of strange. Which is kind of strange. But I was watching Squawk on the Street this morning, or no, actually, I think he was talking about this before then, like on the lesser watched show. I was very surprised they let this on CNBC. But Jim Cramer said basically, look, Angela Merkel and Obama are kind of friends, and this isn't going to go down while Obama's in office. Obama's not going to let it go down, and they're referring to uh, there was a fine against Deutsche Bank by the there's a fine from the Department of Justice for the it's related to the housing whatever. So, and they're saying it's not the fine's going to be lowered, or that's what Jim Cramer was saying. So it's hard for me to believe that all of this has to do with the little DOJ fine. I don't know. I don't know enough, and also because it's so hard to get actual trustworthy information on the internet because unfortunately there's so much going on, like Obama and Merkel being friends and everything's so I don't know what's real. You know, as somebody who's actually interested in finance and finance news as I am, I just don't know what to trust. So I don't know, but I do know that this bank is too big. Is it like too big to fail, I guess. So I don't think it's going to fail. I do not think it's going to fail. I don't think this is going to go down. I don't think that this is I just don't. Because the ramifications would be huge. It would be worse than Lehman when Lehman Brothers collapsed. It would be worse. So it's not going to happen. I really don't think it's going to happen. So all this on the news, all this, I think it's fear mongering because I don't think it's going to happen. I'm curious what the chat's saying right now. Thanks for featuring your channel again. Bruce, you're in it all the time. Kramer was right during the 2008 and Fed. His famous friend, they know nothing, Jim Kramer. Thank you, Romney Man. I'm going to look that up. Today on another episode of It's Just Odd. Yeah, my boob's out. That's right. Because I'm trying to look like my grandma said. I got to use my assets. That's why. You know, I'm not. I'm everybody else is doing it, so I'm just Anyway, there's a lot odd going on right now, and Jim Cramer, I don't believe is stupid. I don't think he knows what he's talking about largely. When it comes to the economy, maybe he's not right regarding trades a lot, but who is? Trading is like flip of a coin. So if you um I think he knows what he's talking about. He's been in media a long time and he's been around the block. He's been through 2008. He knows what's up. And he thinks, and I agree with him, I was thinking this before I saw Jim Cramer. He was saying, nah, this isn't going to go down because Obama and Merkel are like friends. And the other people on CNBC were shocked to hear him say this. They were like, really? They were like, I think somebody said something like they were surprised his mic wasn't cut or something like that. Seriously, he really went there. He actually went there. So, there's a lot on the news right now about like, oh, is this another Lehman? Is the economy about to collapse? No, I actually don't think the economy is about to collapse. I think that this is gonna. In fact, I think right now is probably a great time to buy stocks. I would, if I had to. No, seriously, because if there's some kind of bailout, which I don't even know what Germany's bailout laws or whatever are, because it gets so confusing with the EU. I was trying to figure it out this morning. I have no idea, but if there is some kind of bailout, or if the DOJ is like, nah, we're reducing the fine or dropping the fine, I think there would be a relief rally that's huge. I think, so yeah, that's how I feel. And maybe Jim Cramer said this yesterday as well. I think that if it turns out that the government's going to step in regarding Deutsche Bank, or if the DOJ is reducing the fine or dropping the fine, I think that there would be a stock market rally that's huge. I think, yeah, that's my opinion. I don't, look, I'm not a financial professional. I should have said that in the beginning. Please don't anything based on what I'm saying. I'm not a professional. I'm just bored and I like to watch the news, and I've been following this stuff for a long time, and in my nobody opinion, I don't think this ship is sinking. Not over this. Plus, I think it's not black swan enough. People have been talking about and worried about Deutsche Bank for ever, I feel like. Um, I'd love to hear your thoughts on Gary Johnson. Well, um, it sucks because Gary Johnson he's like, well, he's a libertarian candidate. My thoughts? I would say, as someone that has voted libertarian, I don't know how much of a, I don't, I don't know how well he represents the party. That's all I'm gonna say. I don't want to get into politics too much here. That's all I'm gonna say. The longer the government plays the games, the harder the big crash is going to be when it does happen. I mean, that's true, or that's how I've always felt. But that was my opinion nearly a decade ago. And look at they keep playing games. They keep pulling rabbits out of the hat. They keep manufacturing crises, and and then coming to the rescue. Like I said, with this Deutsche Bank thing, I guarantee there's going to be some kind of bailout, or like some kind of, what, you really think Deutsche Bank is going to go under? It's friggin' the largest bank in Europe. It's not going to fail. It's they can't. The ramification, it would hurt us here. That's the problem. It unfortunately, our economy is so global that there would be ramifications here, and I just don't think it's going to happen. I think we're going to do everything we can here to ensure that it doesn't happen, but it does. It depends on what the Germans decide to do. Though, like I said, I have no idea about their laws. So, um, where did you get the bra you wore at the pizza party? I think I was. All right. I think I've pretty much said everything I wanted to say, so I'm gonna go back to focusing on the chat now, because people be chatting. Where'd I get the bra I wore at the pizza party? It's and I'm gonna talk about it because I love it. Um, it's a American Eagle bralette, and it's awesome. I mean, I love their bralettes so much. I'm not wearing one now, but oh my god, they're so comfortable and they look so good, and they are so flattering, and they're lacy and cute, and like, I'm just, anyway, consumerism. I'm a fan. I got them because they were 2 for $35. Like, there was a sale going on, so I got 2 of them, and oh my god, I want 2 more. No, I want 200 more. They're so so cute, so flattering. So I have to get used to this, because this, I'm just gonna go ahead and let this happen because, like I said, it's a man's world. Let me look at the chat. The reality is that regions are going to band together or fail. Oh, thank you, Bruce. Well, yeah, I mean, that's what I'm talking about. That's what I'm talking about. That if America doesn't help out Germany here, then the bank will fail, which will cause our banking system to fail, and it's just how it is. Though Bruce, do you know anything about the laws? Um, like, what are the bailout laws in the EU? I don't know. I don't understand. Like, is it up to the people if they bail out the bank? Is it up to the EU? is it up to? I don't know. Um, they cut Jim Cramer's mic during his 2008 rant against the Fed. I didn't know that. Though I've seen mics being cut at on CNBC plenty of times. I've seen it happen. And what's funny, and this is why I watch CNBC, because if you go on like financial news contrarian websites like Zero Hedge, I'm like such a nerd, but if you go, they make fun of CNBC incessantly. I don't know why, because they make jokes all the time about mics getting cut. They make jokes like, oh, I'm surprised they let you say that. They let you say that. They make comments like that all the time. I love CNBC. I watch it every morning. If there's a lot going on, I'm watching it the rest of the day too, or during the day. But I every morning I'm watching it because there's uh um you now don't well you now is a I loved you now. But I like this better because I can have my icon that my viewer Brendan made me. Isn't that a beautiful icon? And it's so high def. It looks so good. I have it. I have a black one too, and I have a transparent one. Though I think I like this best. It's more visible in the thumbnail. So anyway, I like Wirecast because I can pull up documents if I want. I actually had a couple charts saved. um, yes, thank you, Bruce. Please like this. Nobody likes this. It's because I never ask for likes. That's why I never think of it. I'm not good at marketing myself. I Rick Santelli rants are a lot of times everything about the bond market is kind of over my head. So I don't really understand. Like he talks a lot about the yield curve. I don't really understand. So Rick Santelli is awesome. Sometimes he'll rant, sometimes he yells, his face gets red, and I'll understand the gist of what he's saying, but I don't really I feel like Rick Santelli is too smart for me. I don't really understand it or him. Um so yes, everyone please like this. This is I don't know. I would like to kind of get the word out a little bit about that weird emergency alert system broadcast thing because it's just it's the timing. It's suspicious to me. You know, it was the creepiest emergency alert ever. And first of all, I've never seen an emergency alert to the United States. I guess that's a FEMA thing, which is terrifying. It's just terrifying to begin with. Like, emergency alert for the United States, and it was a hazardous materials warning, and then a creepy poem about could you on a train. I gotta, I would, I'm gonna link it, I'm gonna link it below because I want it to be viewable in like on my YouTube because it was the creepiest. And that is stuff like that is why I'm kind of a conspiracy theorist because things like that happen. It's either not addressed or glossed over by the mainstream media, and then and then like this is gonna disappear, and we're supposed to just like accept it, just accept that there was a creepy emergency alert about a train that a bunch of people saw and recorded, and then hours later there was a train derailment, a mysterious train derailment here in New Jersey. Like, we're supposed to just write that off. And that bothers me, that kind of stuff. You know, like, oh, it's just coincidence. You know, I tweeted about this, and people were saying to me, I don't believe in coincidences. And I'm not sure, I'm not saying I don't believe in coincidences, but because I do think that sometimes coincidences happen. I do think that sometimes, I'm not saying I don't believe in coincidences, but my God, boy, was that odd. That was the oddest thing I've seen in the media. Friggin' like uh, since I've started doing this broadcast and talking about odd things, that is the oddest for sure. That I so biological warfare terrorism. Maybe so is it a warning? Who knows? It was some kind of hack because the news networks are unwilling to say they made the mistake. FEMA's not willing to say that they made the mistake. So one can deduce it was some kind of it was some kind of hack, but we're supposed to like forget about it. I can't. It's way too odd. All right, it's 10:30, but how long is this? Yeah, I've been doing this. All right, I'm gonna conclude this. Thank you guys. I'm surprised it's not a bigger issue than it is. Exactly. Thank you. Uh, maybe training. It's critical we question everything. Thank you. I agree. I'm gonna stop broadcasting. I'm gonna link this video below. One of the I linked it on Twitter, but I'm gonna link it in the description. This emergency alert thing. Thank you guys for letting me rant, and please go to Varusha's live stream. Her live stream daily is awesome. I have that linked below right now. She does that 11 a.m. Eastern. Um, it's a great stream. Please check it out. I like to go whenever I can, though I nap a lot after these. So please go to her live stream. Great show. She inspired me to even start doing this. Thank you very much, and I'll be back Monday, 10 a.m. Have a good day. Bye.